It started with one smile across the office printer. Next thing, you're saving his number as Femi and waiting for his lunch, text like salary alert. The meetings you once dreaded suddenly become the highlight of your week. His jokes? Not even that funny. But somehow you can't stop laughing and you start thinking, maybe this is love. But my sister, sometimes it's not love. It's chemistry. A routine that feels like connection until it fades and leaves you wondering, was it ever real? I remember Lola, smart, calm, ambitious, the kind of woman who moves with quiet confidence, like a breeze that doesn't make noise but still shifts curtains. She used to say, around Femi, I feel seen, really seen. He even heard my unspoken words, and truly anyone watching them together would think they were meant to be. They worked in the same company, in different departments, but somehow they always found reasons to cross paths. It started with harmless chats over lunch breaks, then lunch runs, jollof spaghetti from that small buka everyone in the office loved, shared in his car as the AC wrapped them in cool air and the world outside melt away. Then inside jokes only the two of them understood. They'd share glances during meetings, subtle smiles across the boardroom table. Everyone could sense the spark. At first, it was thrilling, the one that makes your stomach tighten softly and your smile escape before you can stop it, every time he appears. He'd text, "You survived today's madness," she'd reply, "Barely, but your messages make the madness a little sweet." Soon they were talking after work hours, sharing dreams, plans, fears, everything. Her friends noticed her glow. One even teased, "Lola, this your new skincare routine, ain't? Is it love or vitamin C?" She'd just laugh, twisting her braids, sipping Fanta like a woman who had found something sweet. But slowly, things began to change. The texts came later. The conversations felt shorter. He was suddenly too busy. And the same office that once felt exciting started feeling cold. Not in AC temperature, but in the way a place feels when the joy has quietly left. She tried to reignite it, brought him lunch, checked on him, stayed late hoping to bump into him, all in an effort to bring things back to normal. But one evening, sitting in his car after another quiet ride home, Lola felt the weight of the moment pressing in. The streetlights flickered softly on the dashboard, the engine hummed low. The AC cooled the air, but nothing could fill the empty space between them. She noticed the little things first, the way he no longer asked how her day really went. The way his hand, once brushing against hers as they walked, now stayed rigid at his side. The laughter that used to dance between them was gone, replaced by a quiet so heavy it almost had a sound of its own. Her heart, which had been skipping with excitement, now felt hollow. And then, memories of her childhood surfaced, a flashback she hadn't thought of in years. She was 9 again, sitting by the window in her parents' house, watching her father walk out with a small travel bag. Her mother stood quietly by the doorway trying to look strong, but her eyes glistened. Little Lola had run after him, calling, "Daddy, when will you come back?" He'd turned, smiled weakly, and said, "Soon." But soon never came. And in that quiet car, she realized she was still chasing the same feeling, seeking validation, comfort, attention. She was in love not with Femi, but with how he made her feel. She exhaled slowly, letting the truth sink in. Her chest ached, her eyes stung with unshed tears, but her mind was suddenly clear. It wasn't anger, it wasn't bitterness, it was a quiet, aching clarity. For the first time in months, she saw the situation exactly as it was, not how she wanted it to be. And in that stillness, a strange kind of freedom began to bloom. The next week, Lola walked into the office with a new calm. She no longer chased his attention. She smiled politely when Femi waved, but her heart no longer depended on his presence. She started spending more time on herself, early morning runs, reconnecting with old friends, reading books that inspired her, even signing up for that painting class she had abandoned years ago. And slowly, she felt alive again. Weeks later, Femi reached out, apologised for being distant. Lola listened, nodded, smiled softly. But she didn't rush back into his world. She had learned something deep, that love that's worth it doesn't leave your spirit unsettled. True love lifts you without confusion, steadies your heart without demanding, and grows from trust and respect, not just excitement and attention. In that moment, Lola felt whole. She didn't need to chase anyone anymore. She didn't need validation. She was enough. She finally understood. Sometimes heartbreak isn't the end. It's a gentle nudge from life, guiding you back to yourself. So, my dear singles, don't confuse intensity with intimacy. The rush of a new romance can cloud your judgment. Take time to see people beyond the thrill, beyond their looks, charm, or confidence. The truth is, there's a kind of chemistry that feels like home and another that feels like a fever. It burns hot, but never lasts. True love is steady, not shaky. It builds. It doesn't rush. It breathes. It doesn't suffocate. It's like good soup. It takes time to cook. For married couples, chemistry may start the fire, but character keeps it burning. Nurture each other's souls, not just each other's needs. Sometimes the truest love isn't the one that burns fast, but the one that waits, listens, and stays. For parents, raise daughters who know they are whole before any man notices them. Raise sons who know that love is not conquest, but commitment. Teach them that being irresistible isn't about charm, it's about character. For husbands, your wife's softness is not weakness, it's her power. Don't demand her to be strong like you. Balance her strength with tenderness. Protect her heart, not just her body. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget, every Friday a new story drops right here. We've started a brand new series, Becoming Whole Before Marriage. Each episode will take you on a journey of self-discovery, healing, and uncovering the parts of yourself that sometimes get lost when you chase love. It's for anyone ready to prepare their heart, mind, and soul, so that when love comes, it's whole, steady, and real. So, mark your Fridays, and let's grow together, one story at a time. This is Family Stories with Estyluv, where we heal hearts through stories, one heart at a time.